So on match days, I'll arrive at the stadium. If we've got for example, a 2 o'clock kickoff, we'll probably get in the stadium about 7:30, 8 o'clock, start work. We'll get in, just have a quick team meetings as people drift in, just to see what any problems from the previous evening have been, if anything. And then we'll start filtering out to do our normal roles. So the normal roles can be, for me in particular, is go out, make sure we've got the generators up and running, because we're now running as an island site with regards to power to the stadium. Make sure that the engineers are on site and that everything is stable. We'll then start going out and doing gate inspections, making sure that all the gates are secure, that the ramps are taped off initially to stop any speculative spectators just wandering up and waiting by the turnstiles before we got the search regime in place. And then we'll start accommodating the broadcasters and just doing last minute checks. So that'll probably go on for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and then we get a little bit of downtime, maybe an hour or hour and a half or so, which we need to be on site for. But it's the time where we can relax, have a bit of a cup of tea, or maybe, if we're lucky, a bacon sandwich. And then our stewards will come on duty and things will change. And the gates will start being manned, and we'll start going around doing the checks on the manning levels, and doing a lot of observation work really on how we're actually operating. So we do a fair bit of self-reflection on our actual operation days. And then as that progresses through, hospitality will open. They tend to open 2.5 hours earlier than normal gates. So the hospitality guests will come in, and again, it's making sure that there's no issues with those guys, making sure the catering team are happy and they've got no problems with the building. Then as time moves on, we come to regular gates. That's normally 90 minutes out from kickoff. So again, it's going around observing, watching the entry into the building, and then managing or looking to manage how the crowd come in. For me in particular, one of my roles, once the gates are open, I turn into a bit of an accident investigation officer. So if there is any injury for any of the spectators, control room calls me directly, and I'm then tasked to go and investigate that accident immediately and gather any evidence, photographs, measurements, etc. Twofold really. The primary role is to stop it happening again during that day. The second role is then, from an insurance perspective, we need to have the evidence there to pass it back to the insurers, so they can say that any potential claim comes in, they can either omit liability or defend liability on it. As the game proceeds then, we'll carry on that mode of operation throughout the game, and then towards the end of the game, we'll start looking to close bars, etc., and clear the concourses. Once the bars and concourses are cleared, and we get to the end of the game, the majority of fans will leave, and they leave pretty quickly, to be honest. Control room will stay open for another hour, and then operationally we rotate on a duty manager role. And if it's my turn for the duty manager, hour after the final whistle, when the control room closes, I'll then assume control of the stadium. So that means that I'm then making all the relevant decisions and safety management decisions, because generally we've only got about 1,000, 1,500 people left in hospitality. But it's really having a representative of the stadium and the Welsh Rugby Union managing those processes. So those guys will probably finish up maybe 3 hours post-final whistle. Once the last spectators left the building, then it's a case of getting all the stewards and the catering staff, get all those guys stood down, and St John's stood down, clear those away, and then look to undertake the generator changeover thereafter and get the building back on mains. And at that point, it's thank you very much, home time.